From the CBS Bay Area studios, this is KPIX 5 News.
Well, welcome back. It's just about 6:30. Good morning. I'm Devin Fehely.
And I'm Julie Watts. And we'll get started this half hour with another check of your forecast. Of course, air quality remains the main weather story this weekend as we see unhealthy air quality across the Bay Area. Here's a live look outside at the Bay Bridge. You can see a hazy view of the Bay Bridge, although I guess on the bright side, you can actually see it. There were times yesterday when it was completely eclipsed from view. Taking a look at your air quality forecast for this Saturday, spare the air day in effect. Unhealthy air quality across the Bay Area, and this will likely continue for at least one more day. Why? Well, the smoke from the campfire continues to spread into the Bay Area with that overall offshore flow. We have that area of high pressure still sort of blocking the smoke. The smoke's being ushered into our valleys. The same thing that makes our microclimate so unique is what's trapping the smoke in the Bay Area and continues. No real relief in sight until midweek, but we will likely start to see just a little bit of relief right along the coast and around San Francisco this weekend as we get a bit more of that onshore flow. It's not going to be widespread. Widespread relief coming Tuesday into Wednesday. I will detail that coming up in a bit. Devin?
Some people trying to protect themselves from the smoky air are making mistakes in terms of how they wear their masks. Now, most of the N95 masks are made for adults. The medical director at the Lifelong Medical Care reminds people to use both of the straps to pinch down on the metal above the nose. Now, if it's done right, there shouldn't be any gaps.
We're supposed to breathe in mostly oxygen and nitrogen. Now you also have this particulate matter that your lungs do not like. And once you breathe those chemical irritants in, they're distributed throughout your body. Those irritants are not supposed to be in your body, and that's the reason why people get headaches.
Face masks have been difficult to come by because there is so much demand, and then that demand is greater than the supply at this point. Now, some companies are offering free masks to their employees. Some Northern California fire stations are giving out free masks, but only as long as supplies last. And some Kelly Moore paint stores had been giving out masks to the public. But this morning, the company's website says, sorry, we are out of particle masks.
Well, that thick cloud of smoke is shrouding many tourist sites in San Francisco, leaving many tourists visiting the Bay Area disappointed. Around Fisherman's Wharf, visitors were donning masks, much like much of the rest of the Bay Area. Some removed them long enough to take a quick selfie in front of a local landmark, and then in other cases, well, they didn't remove those masks.
We came down for our tour to Alcatraz, and it's been cancelled because of the smog.
It's really bad. I couldn't believe it when I got off the plane and could smell it instantly.
Now, officials at City Tours said that they expect to be closed through the weekend, hoping to reopen on Tuesday. Looking to escape that smoke? Well, the Tahoe Truckee area is a good place to head at Boreal Mountain Resort near Donner Summit. Folks have been enjoying bright sunshine and clean, yes, breathable air. Placer County Tourism says they hope to provide people a mental break from the wildfire and the smoke.
But this is a great time, I think, for people to be getting out of the smoke to go up there, because honestly, this is still kind of the shoulder season up there. So there's a lot of rooms, hiking and outdoor activities are fully in swing.
Now, of course, not all ski and snowboard areas are open just yet, and the ones that are have limited runs early in the season. Obviously, all that snow is also man-made.
Some Bay Area museums are offering some deals for people looking for things to do indoors this weekend. The DeYoung and Legion of Honor museums in San Francisco are offering free general admission. The San Francisco Museum of Modern Art is offering free admission to its second floor permanent collection. Now, Mayor London Breed and other San Francisco officials met to address air quality. Breed says that there are concerns with the senior population as well as people with asthma and large homeless population,
including extending the hours of rec centers and libraries. We also know that some of the museums have opened their doors for free today. There's free Muni, and also some of the other things that we've done is extend our shelter beds so that there are opportunities for people who need to be indoors.
San Francisco's Parks and Recreation Department is opening indoor fresh air areas around town, and public libraries will also be open.
Well, crews on the front lines are making progress, but there is a jump in the number of people listed as missing as the death toll is rising. The number of confirmed deaths now stands at 71. That's 8 more than yesterday. Of those 71 victims, 58 have now been tentatively identified. Also, a big jump in the number of those listed as missing. That's up to 1,011. It was over 600 yesterday. The sheriff says a new number includes people who may not have checked in and notified authorities yet that they are safe. The fire has destroyed more than 12,000 buildings, and that includes close to 10,000 homes. The campfire has now scorched 146,000 acres and is 50% contained. And lots of people are showing up at a disaster recovery center that just opened in Chico. They can register there with FEMA for housing assistance. The sheriff's office also has a table where people are looking for missing relatives. They can do a cheek swab there to leave a DNA sample.
Now, despite the devastation, shares of PG&E rebounded yesterday, climbing nearly 38%. The stock had been sharply down over the past several days. It plunged 31% on Thursday. The rebound comes after a report that state regulators don't want the utility to go into bankruptcy. Investigators are still looking into whether PG&E power lines may have sparked the campfire. The utility already faces billions of dollars in losses for last year's wine country fires.
Well, Senator Kamala Harris is preparing to tour the burn zone tomorrow, and we've learned Governor Jerry Brown and Governor-elect Gavin Newsom will join President Trump on his tour today. President Trump is expected to land in California just before 10 o'clock this morning. Yesterday, the president sent out a tweet thanking Governor Brown, and he added, quote, "Look forward to joining you and Gavin Newsom. We are with you."
Good morning, everybody. You've probably been told once, twice, maybe even 3 times, but I'm going to tell you again. No Cal, no Stanford football later on today. The 121st big game is now December 1st. Let's pivot over to the NBA. No Draymond Green later on today at the Dallas Mavericks. Nagging toe injury, says the team. Maybe that's why the double dribble there at Houston. Steph Curry also out, as Green is still the intriguing story after his beef and then 1-game suspension as a result of verbally having it out with Kevin Durant Monday at the Clippers. Whew, more extra time off.
After playing 42 minutes against the Clippers, it's pretty sore the next day. Thank God I got suspended. So I was sore, really sore. So I sat there and iced the whole day, did some treatment at home, everything happens for a reason.
Hey, quarterback Alexandria Buchanan got my attention. The McKinley High School Tiger is Hawaii's first ever female starting varsity quarterback. Look at that arm. Led the Tigers to a win. Also ended the 4-year losing streak for that program. This is the junior's 2nd year of varsity football. And get this, as we go back to Uncle Vern on camera. The Tigers, 4 wins, 5 losses, 1 tie. Riding the shoulders of Alexandria Buchanan. Let me applaud that. I'll see you later.
Turning to international news now, the CIA has concluded the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia personally ordered the killing of a U.S.-based journalist. Jamal Khashoggi, a critic of the regime, was killed last month inside the Saudi consulate in Istanbul. Now, according to the Washington Post and others, the CIA is linking Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman to the murder. And the evidence reportedly includes an intercepted phone call in which Mohammed's brother tells Khashoggi that it is safe to go into that consulate.
And for the first time, President Trump has revealed that he has answered written questions from Special Counsel Robert Mueller. It could signal that we are nearing an end to the 18-month-old investigation into Russian meddling in the 2016 election. The president said that his lawyers did go over the answers, and they have not yet been submitted to the Special Counsel's office.
I write the answers. My lawyers don't write answers. I write answers. I was asked a series of questions. I've answered them very easily. Very easily. I'm sure they're tricked up because you do better than that.
The president also offered an assessment of the investigation, calling it once again a hoax, and predicted that he would soon be vindicated.
Meanwhile, a federal judge has ruled in favor of CNN and ordered the White House to return correspondent Jim Acosta's press pass. CNN's lawsuit alleges that Acosta's First and Fifth Amendment rights were violated when the White House took his credentials away. The Trump administration claims it made the decision after Acosta refused to surrender a microphone during a press conference last week.
This is just any other day here at the White House for me. I would like to get back to work.
Now, the judge did not rule on the underlying case this morning, but he did grant CNN's request for a temporary restraining order. Many news organizations, including CBS News, have filed friend of the court briefs in support of CNN's lawsuit to defend its constitutional right.
It is time for us to call it a morning. Thank you for watching KPIX 5 News this morning.
We'll be back here tomorrow at 6 o'clock with Melissa Kane. Enjoy your Saturday.